Hello everyone, Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle. This is going to be against TheKillerNacho once again, and this time we're going to be doing the RU tier, because in the past we've only done nothing but UU battles. So, interestingly enough, the snack actually decided to DM me on Discord and actually asked me for an RU battle, so I was like, okay, I just need to make one obviously, and unfortunately, because once again, my team building skills are lacking, I decided to go look for a team, or ask somebody to, just send me a team that I could use, and I actually got this one. I don't remember who gave it to me, but I didn't make it. Just know that I didn't make it. And yeah, so it consists of Gardevoir, Toxicroak, Bronzong, Machamp, Mega Sceptile, and Donphan. A lot of these mons I don't think I've ever used except the Gardevoir and maybe even the Toxicroak. Oh yeah, and Bronzong too. Like, I haven't used them in RU is what I'm trying to say though. Like, I don't think I've ever used them in RU. So yeah, this is gonna be the first time that I try this team out. And Snack's team, oh my god, like every time I look at Snack's team, it always looks like he's just trying to go super dang hard on me, because he has a Raikou, he has a Cresselia, he has a Flygon, he has a Diancie, has an Arcanine, has Mega Blastoise. For some reason, once again, I forget that the damn Mega Blastoise is a thing in RU, and for me at the time, to my surprise, the Arcanine was also in RU, and I don't know if it still is, but it was in RU when I battled TheKillerNacho, so it was like, wow. Like, I was surprised at the time. So I was just hoping that with those surprises, I wouldn't get thrown off by anything and end up just, you know, doing some crazy things and whatnot. So, my apologies with that. But, yeah, so this is going to be the battle against my boy, the badass, the snack, the wisest. But anyway. So I'm going to lead off with Donphan, and I believe he leads off with the Blastoise, which, yeah, this is already unfortunate as sin. He leads off with the Mega Blastoise, which is something I have absolutely no switch-ins into. And what do? I decide to hard switch straight up into Bronzong, just to see how much damage does the potential incoming Hydro Pump do. That, and probably on the off chance that he goes for Toxic as well, honestly, I think. But as you can see, he does go for the Hydro Pump, does not miss, and this Hydro Pump, unfortunately, does not a whole lot, which is not a bad thing. I don't see why that's anything unfortunate, but okay, so I take it well, but it's a 3-hit KO, and I don't want this Bronzong to get withered down, so I decide to make another switch in going to Machamp, hoping he has Dark Pulse here, and reveals it to me, which is exactly what happens, and I think here, I do get the Flame Orb because this Machamp actually had Flame Orb. But I think what I do here now is switch back into Toxicroak just to see if he tries to, not Toxicroak, Sceptile, just to see if he tries to go for a Hydro Pump again, and he doesn't. He actually ends up doubling right here and going into freaking Arcanine right here. Actually, I don't think he doubled. I think he just switched out, and I just decided to switch out myself, conveniently enough. So yeah, he switches into Arcanine, and this is definitely a bad switch for me. So I had to switch out yet again and go for Donphan. So right now, I don't even know if he's planning all this, but he's certainly outplaying the hell out of me so far right now. And here he goes for Will-O-Wisp, misses the first time, and then I think he went for a second one and missed a second time. I was like, what? So I just stayed in just to go for knockoff and then maybe go for Earthquake again. I wasn't really too afraid of him Will-O-Wisping my Donphan, so I just stayed in as many times as I could, and now here he finally lands the Will-O-Wisp, and now I go for Earthquake, and obviously it's not going to do a whole lot of damage, and this kind of tells me that this is probably a defensive Arcanine as well, honestly. So I think here, afterwards I think I try to go for another Earthquake just to see. Actually, I think I go for Stealth Rocks. I don't remember. This battle happened a while ago, honestly. Like roughly around the same time that I did those other two battles that I showcased. But yeah, okay, so I keep going for Earthquakes. I feel like at some point around here is where I actually switch it up to something else, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But I do keep getting leftovers, which is kind of neutering the burn damage, but it does break my sturdy nonetheless, which is actually very, very bad for me. Okay, but here is where he's actually going to switch out, and he's actually going to go back into Blastoise, and I think I actually stayed in and just kept going for a knockoff, actually. I think I was predicting the Cresselia, because I kept going for Earthquakes, and I figured he maybe would want to switch that in just to be immune to the Earthquake and take no damage, basically. So here I'm going to just switch out now the Donphan and go into Toxicroak, because I haven't switched this thing in yet, so I'm hoping he doesn't predict me and just go for something else. He thankfully goes for Hydro Pump on my Dry Skin Toxicroak, and now this gives me a chance to go for some damage here. And I go for Gunk Shot, which thankfully doesn't miss. And I was hoping for this to be a 2-hit KO, and it does look like it can be, but it feels like it's potentially based on a roll, and that means I also have to land another gunk shot too. And he goes for Dragon Pulse, which does quite an amount to the point where it's definitely a 2-hit KO, so I decided to switch out into Gardevoir, hoping he goes for another Dragon Pulse here, because I don't want to let Toxic Root go down on the off chance I miss Gunk Shot, or it survives the Gunk Shot, honestly. So, but here he's actually going to switch out yet again, like in a, kind of like in a double fashion, kind of. And he goes back into this Arcanine yet again. Now, because this Arcanine is defensive, I was convinced I could live at least one Flare Blitz, so I just decided to stay in and go for Psyshock, hoping I can maybe take it out from where it was at, given that I'm a Specs Gardevoir. But unfortunately, I don't, so I do have to take up Flare Blitz, and like I said, I do think I survive it, which I do. But he gets the burn, which is not good for me, obviously. So, because now my Gardevoir is going to get withered down to the point where it just gets, like, it goes down no matter what. However, it doesn't really matter too much though, because he's going to send in the Raikou anyways, which I guess can go for any move anyway. So here he's going to go for a Hidden Power, which I'm going to assume is Ice, honestly, just because, I don't know, I feel like that's exactly what a lot of people would want to run on Raikou, given that there's Flygons in the RU tier. Which, by the way, I did not know that this thing was RU2, honestly. I could have sworn this Raikou was freaking UU2, honestly. I'm telling you, I was just not expecting a lot of things here. Now here, I went into matchup thinking, what's the worst this thing can do, honestly? And then I completely forget, once again, that these things get extra sensory. Like, bro, am I stupid or something? I've dealt with this before, and I forget, once again, that that damn Raikou can get extra sensory. But, yeah. So, as a result, my matchup just goes down, and I'm not able to do anything else with it, honestly. I just took out the Raikou with a Facade, and now it's a double down, and now I send out Sceptile, hoping that he doesn't send in the Flygon, and he sends in the Flygon. Like, I'm telling you, bro, this battle, just nothing was going my way, actually. Everything was just not working out for me in this battle. He goes for U-turn here because I had to switch out. I did not want my Sceptile taking any damage. And he's going to go into Blastoise here on the pivot, obviously. He did have switch initiative no matter what, because if I stayed in with Sceptile, he would still get damage on my Sceptile because of the super effectiveness from U-turn. So I had to send in Donphan right here. And instead of going for the Hydro Pump, he's actually going to go for the Dragon Pulse, I guess predicting me to potentially switch back into Sceptile, since I do tend to do that sometimes. But yeah, I'm just going to go for the Earthquake just to get some damage. And I was actually kind of hoping, for goodness sake, that he doesn't turn out to be some kind of like fancy rest set, but I don't think it is, because he did already show Hydro Pump. He already showed Dragon Pulse and Dark Pulse, so that last move is probably either Ice Beam or Aura Sphere, honestly. Or Rapid Spin. But yeah, so Donphan finally goes down here to several Dragon Pulses. And now I'm just going to send out Toxic Rogue. And I do believe I just try to go for the Gunk Shot here. Yeah. Yeah, because, oh no, I go for the Low Kick actually. I think this Toxic Rogue was Scarf, so that's kind of why I had to lock myself into a move. He does go for Flygon, and I think here I stayed in again. No, I switched out, unfortunately. I think I was considering staying in because I was afraid of the U-turn, but I switched in the Bronzong instead, not wanting to risk that, because I felt like Toxic Rogue could have still been somewhat useful for the Cresselia just to knock off the item. But unfortunately, it just goes for the U-turn on my Bronzong, and my Bronzong takes unnecessary damage as a result. And now he's going to send in this Cresselia, which, again, I'm just afraid of it potentially having the sub-Calm Mind, honestly. Because for me, the sub-Calm Minding set is the one that scares me the most, because this Cresselia is so damn bulky that if it sets up a lot of Calm Minds, it's going to be unbreakable. And then it sets up substitutes, and then I'm just not going to be able to do anything to it. But either way, I go for the switch into Toxic Rogue here, hoping he goes for either substitute or Calm Mind. He does go for Calm Mind, and this gives me the chance to just go for the knockoff, just to knock off the leftovers, because I don't want this thing to be recovering and, you know, making it difficult for me to be able to KO anything. So here he's going to go for the Ice Beam and not the Psyshock. So this kind of gave me the impression that he probably didn't even have Psyshock and just Ice Beam. So here I'm just going to send in Bronzong now and just go for the Toxic, hoping he did not have the substitute, because he did go for Calm Mind, but there was no signs of him having a substitute yet. Here he does go for the freaking Hidden Power Fire though, so he does carry Hidden Power Fire, and I'm guessing it's for these dang Bronzongs as well, honestly, or maybe even Fortresses, because I do believe Fortresses are also in RU. So yeah, but I get the Toxic off. Thankfully it doesn't miss, because if it missed on this Cresselia, this just would have been the whole game, honestly. But here I'm going to just Protect now, and this is not my favorite strategy, honestly, but it's kind of the one that I have to do if I want to avoid getting destroyed by this Cresselia because I don't like Cresselias. Cresselias are evil. And yeah, I just didn't want to mess around with this thing. So yeah, I think here I try to switch out. If not, I just go for an attack. I don't know. But either way, here I'm just going to switch out and go into Sceptile. And I think I was hoping he didn't go for the Ice Beam right here. He does go for the Hidden Power Fire nonetheless, so maybe this was still a bad idea on my part nonetheless, because now my Sceptile takes unnecessary damage, and as a result, now I can't take a U-turn at all from the what's it called, the Flygon. But I think he would just go for Outrage nonetheless, or maybe not because I still have the Bronzong. But yeah, here nonetheless I'm just gonna Mega Evolve with Sceptile and just take out this Cresselia. But at this point, because I took out I took damage from the Hidden Power Fire, I'm not gonna be able to take any hits from Flygon either way. Like, he could even go for Earthquake, and I think it takes me out from here nonetheless. So here I'm just gonna switch into Bronzong, hoping he doesn't go for a U-turn. I actually was hoping he'd go for Outrage, and I was hoping that with Bronzong I'd be able to take it well. But he just goes for a U-turn and just puts me in even more, you know, crippled states, and as a result, now I can't take anything from anything, not even from Diancie. Although I do try here, as you're gonna see right now. He's gonna send out Diancie right here though, and I'm gonna get some leftovers obviously. Now here what I wanted to do is just go for Protects, just to, you know, get as much HP as possible here. And I think here he goes for Stealth Rocks, I think. No, he goes for Diamond Storm, so he reveals to me the Diamond Storm. This gave me the idea that maybe, just maybe, he doesn't have Hidden Power Fire on this, or anything that can do anything to my Bronzong. So here he's gonna go for the Hidden Power Fire, and I was just like, oh, okay, so he does have the Hidden Power Fire. So he kind of debated me and made me think that I could probably just go for a Garble right here. Because if I had known that he'd have Hidden Power Fire, I'd probably try to go for a another Protect. But I wasn't sure if I would have even been able to take another Hidden Power Fire from there, honestly. So either way, I just sent out my last Pokemon, which is Sceptile, and I'm gonna miss a Leaf Storm and just go down to the Diancie, which sucks, because I would have at least been able to take out the Diancie if I didn't miss that Leaf Storm. But oh well, what are you gonna do? That's RNG for me, honestly. It just does what it wants. So, but nonetheless, GG to the snack. It was a fun battle nonetheless, and it was kind of fun to do a different tier for once, because I think for the past few times we've just been doing nothing but UU battles, so it's nice to mix things up every once in a while. But with all that said, don't forget to check out the snack, because snack is awesome, and I'll catch you guys for the next battle. But for now, just take it easy and have a good one.